Let's get started with today's session. Welcome everyone. Welcome warriors. Good evening to all of you all. Thank you all so much for joining us today for today's session. Okay. And we have some really interesting updates for all of you all. So while waiting for our session to begin, let me just begin with the updates. Okay. So right after today's session at 10 p.m., we're going to have me and Sam are going to have a meeting with the investors. Okay. And we are going to fine tune what the investors are looking for, because you see each investors, they have different style. There's no fixed way of or a fixed methodology that every investors look at, So what we always do is we try to cater. We have the basic fundamentals of pitching, okay, which is what Mr. Sam will be sharing with all of you all, the do's and don'ts and all that, right? Now, apart from that, we want to find out even more deeper and go deeper and find out what exactly does our valuable investor want. What does he look for? What's his appetite for investment? And he's also shared a link for everyone to sign up. You guys have to sign up and register yourself before the pitching day, which Sam and I will be sharing with you in the group chat. Okay. So I will need everyone to please register yourself first with our investor group. Okay, you have to open an account first, and then register yourself, and then next stage we will prepare you on this Saturday during our business tool session, and also hand guide you on our Sunday half-day coaching session. Is that good? Everyone clear? All good?
All good, Alvin.
Okay, all right. Excellent, excellent. So let's begin our session today. So today is Business Tools pre-program coaching, okay? And we have to, as usual, you will notice that every time before our session, we will have our coaching so that we will prepare you for the program and hand guide you, okay? And so that, when we start our program on Saturday, everyone is already on the right track, okay? So this Saturday, we're going to be doing two very important topics. One is business tools. Another one is talent management. So talent management is going to be done by Mr. Ragesh, and business tools will be conducted by Mr. Sam. Okay. So today's coaching is also on business tools as well as talent management. Now, before we begin on talent management, let's talk a little bit on leadership, because talent management it's all about leadership, right? Okay. So I got a question for all of you all. How many of you, just in the group chat, chat room there, can you just put in, how many of you have 3 employees and above? Put a Y.
Yeah, me.
Okay, good.
I didn't hear you quite well. What was that?
How many of you have more than 3 employees working for you? Sorry, more than one employee working under you. More than one employee working under you or reporting to you. More than one. Okay, very good. A lot.
What if I outsource?
Ah, yes, outsource is that with the human resource part, is it? So you don't directly manage them, right? You don't directly manage them, but you manage the outsource agency, right?
Okay, the case is like that because we have a company, Dynamic Resources International.
Okay.
Dynamic Resources International is a trading company. We trade basically is natural rubber, latex, and also palm oil byproducts. Mostly we are exporting to Pakistan.
Oh, okay, Pakistan.
Okay, so mostly we export to Pakistan. Yeah, so the team basically have experienced logistic people. Okay, for this company. So it belongs to my wife. So what happened is I set up a Dynamic Resources Logistics to cater for the logistic requirement. So basically, my wife's staff is also working together with me on this the new company. But overhead everything will be under the parent company, which is the Dynamic Resources International.
Okay.
Yeah. So how to go about this one? Because basically we have the same office. It's only something like a kind of department or division, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So basically, anyone who has, like what you said, it's also part of talent management. Okay, you're managing an entity.
Because we have the same email.
Yes.
corporate email. Yeah.
So anyone who's managing more than one staff, you are responsible for not just that person's rise goal. You're responsible for that person's progress. You're responsible for that person's KPI. You're responsible for that person's learning and development. Basically, this person who has entrusted his life to you, it's like your life partner or rather your family member. They have entrusted their lives in your hands. Therefore, their success, their progress, and their livelihood is all in your hands. And that's what basically talent management is all about. You are going to be responsible for managing, responsible for their development, their success, their rise goal. And at the end of the day, a real leader will take the bullet. He will bite the bullet. Whether his staff performs, whether his company performs because of his staff, at the end of the day, it all boils down to your leadership ability and traits. Am I right? Okay. So for some, you may have a team of many staffs working under you. For some, you may even have just one or two. For instance, my logistic company, we have full-time staffs. We have two. One is the general manager, Mr. Flix, and his assistant who handles the operation. And then we have an admin person. So we have 3 staffs over there. The rest of them are all truck drivers, part-time truck drivers, and we used to have full-time, but because of this COVID situation, we had to re-strategize and reorganize. Okay, so whether it's 1, whether it's 2, whether it's 3, whether it's 30 people reporting to you, especially after you get acquired your financing through investors, okay, you are going to expand, because we are talking about expansion, business expansion for next year, for 2021, right? So as you expand, you will definitely be recruiting more people under you. You will definitely be expanding your workforce and all that. So this is a very, very important aspect that you will need to master. How do you manage their performance? How do you ensure that they meet their KPIs? How do you create your performance management plan, PMP, or performance improvement plan? You know, and not just give them a heart attack suddenly during your review, year-end review or end of quarter review, and tell them, you are not, this is what you've not done, this is, along the way, progressively, you are responsible for each and every step that they take, So a leader, once I heard that there are 5 I's that are involved in leadership, okay? And I would love to share with you on Saturday on these 5 I's of leadership. Okay, but before that, I want to share another trait of a leader. Okay, there are styles of leadership. I've shared this also with some of my clients. Okay, so there are naturally 4 quadrants of leadership. Okay, and their style of doing their leadership duties. Okay, so before we go into talent management, I just want to share with you on these 4 styles of leadership. Now that according to T. Harv Eker, okay, the 4 styles of leadership is, the first one is king. Okay, second is lover, third is warrior, fourth is wizard. Okay, so what are these 4? Okay, so example, assuming that there is a pot of gold in the far end jungle, okay, and as a leader, you want to get this pot of gold from the jungle, okay. So if you are a king, okay, remember the 4 quadrants, right? King, lover, warrior, wizard, okay. So if you are a king, you will, the way you're going to get your pot of gold, which is in this jungle is not just any normal, it's, a jungle filled with lots of wild animals and plants and all that. To get into this jungle and reach your goal, you are going to go through a lot of pain and cuts and hurts and all that. As a king, your leadership style is, according to T. Harv Eker, command and order. That means I tell you to do it, you go and do it. I tell you to get that pot of gold, just go and do it. No questions asked. I don't care about your well-being. I don't care whether you get hurt or what. I need it means I need it. That's it. Bottom line. I need it by tomorrow morning before the sun rises. I need that pot of gold in my doorstep. So he doesn't care about his staffs. Okay, a king is a kind of person who just wants things done, and he will just leave it to you to use your own creativity to get things done. So he will expect whoever it is going to fetch the pot of gold to bring it, come without him carrying on the consequences that they have to face while getting his pot of gold. And then comes the lover. The lover, the second quadrant, is a person who will use emotions to try to get you to do something. Example, if I was a lover, if I'm a leader who is a lover, I will use the emotions of love to inspire my people. Okay, I will inspire them through my love to get them to go and get the pot of gold. I'll use the element of love. I'll make them fall in love with me. And because they love me so much, they are willing to go, they are willing to get the hits and the cuts and the pain and the burns and all that. They're willing to do all that, go through that deep, thick jungle and bring that pot of gold to me. Okay? Why? Because they're doing it out of love. All right. And then comes the third quadrant, which is the warrior. The warrior is a kind of leader. He will go down, turun padang, he will go by himself and he will get the pot of gold by himself. He's a doer. Okay, he's the kind of guy, he was not going to expect anyone to do it. If he wants something, he will go and he will get it by himself. So this is the kind of leader who will turun padang, go to the deep forest, go through all this pain and hurt and cuts and all that, fetch that pot of gold and he will come back. Then last comes the wizard. So what is a wizard? What kind of leader is a wizard? A wizard is a kind of leader who will make the whole jungle disappear. He clears off the whole jungle. Then what he does is he walks through without any pain, any hurt, any difficulties or challenges. He just breezes through the jungle, because all the paths are cleared, because he uses his magic powers. He fetches the pot of gold and he comes back. So now as leaders who are managing 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 people under you, or 20 or 100 people under you, what kind of leader are you? What kind of combination of leader are you? You can have more than one trait. Okay, according to T.R. Baker, some of you have 2 or 3 traits, or a combination of all 4. There are certain times where you need to play the role of a king. You need to have command and order. Do it. Get it done. I don't care of the consequences. There are certain times you have to play the role of a lover. You have to use emotions to get people to get things done. There are certain times you have to play the role of a wizard. You have to strategize. Wizards are people who can strategize things effectively so that it will smoothen the process for either the leader himself or for people to go and get that pot of gold and come. So he's a strategist. Okay, he's very good at creating strategies to maneuver around obstacles and challenges. All right. And then there are certain times where as a leader, you have to turun padang, you have to get things done yourself. You have to lead by example. And the only way you can lead by example is to get things done yourself, especially in the sales line. Okay, so I used to be a branch manager back in the days in RHB Bank. Now, as a branch manager in Easy RHB, that's a mini branch, okay, not the blue branch, the pink branch. Now it's discontinued. So as a leader, what I used to do was, as branch managers, we are responsible for sales. The assistant branch manager is responsible for operations. Okay. So what happens is I will inspire my team by doing and showing them how it's done. Okay. Example, we have the ASB loan or the personal loan. ASB loan is the personal loan sells by itself. ASB loan needs convincing. You need to convince our Bumiputra clients why they need to take this loan to invest in their Bumiputra, to collect the dividends and then to repay the interest, which is very low, and still make a profit. And I will show them how it's done. How do you use certain analogies? How do you use certain? So the only way I train and inspire my staff is I go down and I close ASB sales and then I pack it into, rotate basis. So once in a while, I'll just get out of my office. I'll just try. I'll see a guy who's printing his EPF because we have EPF printing kiosk. I'll go there, approach him, talk to him about ASB. Does he have an ASB account? What's his investment style? How much is he investing in? So I ask him, so accumulative for this past 6 years of opening your account, how much have you accumulated? And then I give him another maths, a mathematic magic. Okay, a maths magic and say, hey, if you take a loan, we are fast tracking your investment because now 200,000 ringgit, your investment returns are 200 times more than what you have right now. Okay, so imagine the returns if it's compounded using the law of 72. I talked to him about the compounding interest law and all that. Next thing you know is I close. So when my staff see me and see my style, they learn and they know that no one can challenge me when it comes to sales because I'm the man for it. I'm the guy, I'm the result commander when it comes to sales, selling. So no one dares challenge me. So especially if you're a sales leader, okay, or especially if in your organization you have a sales team that you're trying to get them to sell, you better make sure that you are able to sell first before you can instruct them to sell. Show them how it's done so that no one can challenge you. You set the benchmark for them to achieve. If anyone supersedes your benchmark, good, keep it up. And then now you set a new benchmark for everyone. Show them the possibility of how it can be done. So that's the warrior style of doing, leading. So these are the various types of components involved in leadership. Okay. Now that's just leadership. So now let's dive into talent management. How do you manage and how do you bring the best out of your talents? All right. So without wasting any more time, I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Sam to take on the session. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Sam. The floor is yours. Sorry, before that, any questions? Any questions on these 4 quadrants of leadership? You can unmute and ask any questions.
I'm okay from my side, Alban.
So how is it?
Very good.
How are you going to apply these leadership traits? How are you going to know when to use what cap? When are you going to use the warrior cap? When are you going to use the king's cap, the lover's cap, the wizard's cap? When to know when to use? How to know when to use? How? Anyone? I will answer your question, Shamim, in a while. The good news.
What was that? When to use the slide?
When to use what cap? What leadership cap? The king's cap, the warrior's cap, the lover's cap, or the wizard's cap? When to use?
Well, my field of business, it depends on the style of the staff and also the mood of the environment.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
So
precisely. Yes.
Especially in my line of business, we are in the service line. So keep the morale high for me, for the staff. It's very important because they need to face the customer. They need to dive with the customer, so they need to be inspired. You know what I mean? So if I use the king style, most of the time, king style. I used to be a staff as well, and some of my boss were like, bloody, dictator. Tell me things. You feel like very depressed. Very stressed, and it's not the environment that I would like my staff to have at work. Yeah. So yeah, that's for my opinion.
That's right. But can I also just challenge your thoughts? Sometimes the dictatorship style, which is the king, right? Here known as the king, right? He's a typical dictator. But how many of you have seen actually successful dictators lead nations into success, whether it's in the battlefield or even in the industrial age? There is a good mix of having all these 4 and the wisdom to know when to use what is most important, because assuming that you're using only one cap all the time, there are going to be various different types of people involved. There's going to be different mood swings every now and then. So the reason why at certain times you have to put on the dictator cap is because the people need to know that when it comes to results, don't mess around with me.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. I agree.
I can be a lover. I can give you what you want. I can be your best friend. I can, this is what we call the push and pull strategy. I will push, but at the same time, I will also pull by giving you a lot of carrots, a lot of benefits, a lot of things. But at the same time, I would need to draw the line. And when I draw the line, that's when my commando hat, or rather my king's hat comes in. This is what I want. Get it done. What you want, I get it done for you. Your salary comes on the dot. Your bonus comes every year without fail. Your family has food to eat. They have food on their table to eat. So I'm giving you what you want. You better make sure you give me what I want. Because why? Certain people need that kind of a push. Some people are very self-motivated, self-driven. So those people you don't need. Why they are self-driven is because they do things out of passion. They do because they're passionate about their job. So those are the kind of people you need to use the lover's cap. Those are the kind of people you need to use the strategies cap, the wizard's cap. But then there are some people that need some pushing. And then when you push them, when you come in with that kind of authoritative figure, that's when they start moving. So that is why you need to have the wisdom to know when to use what cap. Got it? Good?
Yep.
Awesome.
Okay, Alban.
All right. So Mim asked me a question. He said, "What's the good news?" All right. Yes. At the beginning of this session, I said there is a good news for everyone waiting. Okay. So the good news is, I think I did share the good news just a while ago. I said after this session, we are having a meeting with our investors, right? Okay. So our investors are going to share with us what are their criteria, what are they looking at, what are they looking for. So we are going to custom make our next session, which is this Saturday, according to what the investors want. Okay. So there is one participant who asked me a question, Izaida. I'm not sure whether she's here. Iza, are you here? So Eza asked me, should I send my product to the investor for them to look, feel, see, touch, so that they can have a more a physical experience? Now, here's what it's totally your call. If you want to send your product to them and you want them to feel it, so that while you're presenting, they can actually look at it and have a feel of it, you can. But the investor has encouraged us not to focus on the product. Okay, he has required the participants or requested the participants to focus on your presentation. Okay, presenting your product. What makes your product sell? Presenting your strength of your product. How are you going to penetrate into the market? What are your strategies? How much have you penetrated so far, even without investments? How far have you come? With the investments backed up, how far can you go? With investors backing you up, how further can you go, and capture the market? So they want to hear your strategy. They are more focused on your strategy, your business plan, your pitching rather than your physical product. Because product, you can come up with, example, a cake, and you can call that the best tasting cake. I tell you, someone else will come up with a better tasting cake than that. Or you can come up with some kind of a technology, okay? Some kind of a digital technology. Trust me, in a matter of months, matter of weeks, matter of years, someone else will be able to replicate it. So the focus is not on your product. The focus is on you as the business owner. How are you going to present your business plan? How are you going to move your product into the market, capture the market, make tons of money, okay, and gain the investors' confidence? So, Eza, I hope I've answered your question on that, and I hope also everyone else has gained some insights on this. So, any one of you who are planning to deliver your product to us or to the investors, we don't encourage that. We encourage you to focus more on your business presentation, which we're going to start to guide you from today onwards. How's that sound?
All right, thank you. Basically, you need to focus on the strategy itself, is it?
Yes, Eza. You need to focus on your strategy. You need to focus on your presentation pitch, your deck. We're going to help you to present.
All right, thank you so much.
And that is why we're going to have our meeting today with our investors to get the whole picture. All right. Okay, cool. Okay, so there's no more questions. I would like to pass the floor to Mr. Sam. Mr. Sam, the floor is yours.
Hello, guys. Sorry.
Hello, Mr. Sam. How are you?
Good, good. Nice to see you guys. Can I get your attention, please, for a moment? Can you please turn on your video for a while? We need, I think, not more than 5 minutes. Please help me to turn on your camera. We have a lot of things to do today.
See, Sam, what I noticed, our participants are all very beautiful people, They're all very beautiful. They're all very good looking and very handsome and beautiful, but yet they always hide themselves behind the camera.
Come on, Elvan.
No hiding. Come on out of the closet, man. Come on.
Yeah.
You don't start showing your faces. The next time, our trainers are not going to show their faces during the training. The whole day, you're just going to hear their voice. You want to hear? You want that or not?
All right.
Pay to see us, Brian.
Everybody here already. Everybody here.
Hi.
You show me both of your palms.
Wait, I'm holding my phone in the other one. Is this okay?
Okay. Okay, we are going to do activity which require you to share your palm with me. Okay. So I will ask you. Okay. Now you have both of your palm here. Okay. Can you type in the text chat how much that you can clap your hand within 10 seconds? How many times that you can clap your hand within 10 seconds?
Okay. Keep your cameras going. Keep your cameras on.
Yes, keeps your camera on. If you are driving, please don't do this. Just stick to your driving. All right. But for those who are able to share with me your palm, please clap your hand in front of the screen when I say 1, 2, 3. But first, you have to write down how many times that you can clap within 10 seconds. I'm definitely going to share with you the timer. Then we can count together. Okay. So type in the text text chat how many times that you think you'll be able to do it. 10. Mr. Brian, thank you very much. Miss Mary, 20. Good. Wow, you guys really underestimate yourself. What's happening?
Dude, I thought you were gonna say start, then only start to clap. I didn't know
No,
everybody.
don't clap yet. No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Wait, just estimate how many times you'll be able to clap your hand. Within 10 seconds. Please stay from Mr. Hanafi, 20 from Mira, 30. So who else? Miss Celestina. All right. I'm going to share with you my screen. Good. You have almost the estimation there. 20, Mr. Kalai. Awesome. So I'm going to share with you my screen. Where is it? Can you see my timer now? Can you see my timer?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. When I start to count from 1 to 3, the moment you listen to 3, I will start the clock and you can start clapping your hand within 10 seconds. Okay. And then count down. Okay. We set to 10 seconds. Second, minutes, hours. Okay. Okay. So, are you ready? Can you type in the text chat, or can you say to me that you're ready?
Yeah, ready.
Yeah, ready. Yeah, go.
Okay.
Okay.
From the count, 3, 2, 1, go. Got it? Okay. How many? How many times? Yes, 35, 40, 71, Mr. Ko. Wow, super awesome. Okay, great. So awesome. So now, I think you did very well. Actually, you underestimating yourself, but you see, you can do more than that, right? It means that you guys are awesome. It's just that you have to put your thoughts into action so that you can see your true potential. Okay. Can you see my screen now? Okay. Now in the text chat, can you help tell me know how many times that the human can clap their hand within 10 seconds? You can try to guess how many times people can clap. You can write on the text chat. You're guessing. Wow. 150, 100, 200. Awesome. 250. Now, let us see together how many times the world Guinness Book of Record recorded the fastest clapper. Can you see the video?
Yes. See, clapping and putting lotion or something.
See how fast he clapped his hand. So you can see that 18 claps per second. So if we multiply by 10, then it goes to 180 claps per second. 180 claps for 10 seconds. So in a minute, 1,100. So he's from USA. So guys, thank you very much for participating. So actually, the point being is that you have to put your thoughts into action so that you can see actually you can do more. So over here with repetitive, definitely you can go beyond what you can do right now. Okay, thank you very much for your support. And I think guys, before we move to our topic today, I just want to let you know that what we are going to do tonight is that we are going to break the session. No, we are going to share with you two important things. One, with regards to the small session with regards to talent retention, and the other session is actually a bit longer, which will cover preparation for the weekend session. Okay, so we have two important things that we are going to cover today, which is the talent retention and also preparation for the pitching, right? And I'm sharing with you guys the PowerPoint slide with regards to the pitching pitch deck sample. It is a template, so you guys can go and download the template from our WhatsApp group, and then from there we will do exercise and put your ideas into the PowerPoint so that you'll be able to have idea what going to present during this next week session on Taki Jerome. Okay, and before we go into that pitching session, definitely I'm going to show to you one example of pitching that I did for our business, so that you have a better idea, so that you can improve upon it and making sure that you guys have a wonderful session next week, right? So are we clear on our direction tonight, guys, for 2 hours? Can you
yes, yes, Sam.
Okay, awesome. So without any further delay, I'm going to begin with a simple session of talent retention, and I believe Evan did explain about this leadership and also how are we managing our team using leadership model. But I'm going to share with you my teacher's lesson with regards to the talent retention, which involve one important method and techniques. So it's actually Muhammad Nazrin, and I believe this method is closely matched with whatever that I did before. It's just that what he did is that he reframed it into a model which can be applied by everybody. So guys, so this is his formula and his technique, which proven to be successful, which I did tested and continuously thrive using this technique. Okay, this is what you can apply whenever that you have to organize your team and also your business. So important, critical technique to manage your talent and to get your talent retention to be at highest point at all time is to use this technique. Okay, BDRM. Okay, guys, can you share with me your ideas? How are we going to manage our team and make sure that our talent stays with us for as long as he or she can using this PDRM technique? Anybody have any ideas on this?
If they don't follow instructions, send them to PDRM.
Come again? Louder, please.
If they don't follow instructions, send them to PDRM.
Awesome. So
identify the problem
Yes, interesting input. Thank you very much. That's one of the potential solution towards this talent retention. So whoever comply, yes, stay with us. Whoever do not want to comply, send to PDRM. Okay, else that you think the idea that you have with regards to PDRM in relation to talent retention? Any idea?
Identify the problem, delegate.
Wow. Then another two? Give money, RM. Reward.
What?
Raswa, Raswa.
Okay. Okay, you guys are totally correct. PDRM stands for acronym for the process or technique to manage the talent retention. All right. So before you guess any further, let me help you with this. And again, this is proven method, and it is actually from my teacher. So he was from Accenture, where he did training to local employee and also foreign employee to make sure that the employee able to cope with the organization mission. So the first acronym stands for the acronym E is for the process, right? So whatever that you do with regards your business or your project, make sure that you have proper process to attend to your requirement. Okay, this is very, very critical before we discuss about wages and whatnot, a bonus, so on and so forth. As a business owner or project manager or person in charge, make sure that we have a proper process to attend to the project requirement or business requirement. Then it is easier for everybody know and be aware that they are actually having a reference towards our requirement as a business owner, right? So this is a very primary cause why we need to implement the process into the business or into the project. So we have to make sure that at any point of time we decouple or we disengage the relevant outcomes from the individuals and make sure that the outcomes is tied back to the process. So whatever that we have to do or whatever that we want to do, we make sure that the process is right and make sure that whenever a fault or failure happen, we do not blame the person that doing the process, but rather we take counter action into the process. So we make sure that the blame doesn't go to people, but it goes to the process. This is critical and people always looking forward, employer or project manager, that correcting the process rather than correcting the people. So people will feel safe and they know that at any point of time, everybody will work together and making sure that the process is right. So anybody have any idea with regards to this? Do you have any experience on this where you have subordinates that really pissed off when we put a blame on their colleague or on themselves rather than putting the effort to making sure that the process is right? So who have experienced or undergone this trauma, is it put the blame on people and you see getting not the best outcome out of any discussion. So I believe this is very fundamental, and I think most of us aware of this. It's just that we didn't put it into formally into our organization or into our project. But rest assured that once you put this in place and make sure that the outcome actually tie back to process, you will see a whole lot different into the organization. Okay, so nobody wants to share with regards to this acronym, the process. So yes, I just want to share mine from my practice and my organization. So when we first put process, we be able to get the productivity double to 150%, meaning whatever that they can do 5 minutes, now they can do 2.5 minutes. So over a period of time, the rate of work to be done getting faster and faster. People can do, my team able to do their tasks even better than last time. So this is where I feel that I want to share with everybody. Whatever my teacher tell me to do is that make sure that the process is there first. We get the process right and reward the process. Okay. Secondly, what we want to look into talent retention is actually decision making. So this is also important. The second important aspect of talent retention is actually the decision making process. So as we move along with this Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z, or millennials, for every stage of life, people want to have a clear direction of who have the authority to do decision. So when you have the clear direction of whoever have the ability to make a decision, then every level of your organization will have a clear and better coordination with regards to decision making. So this clear up people's mind. For example, if I have to decide on purchasing within 500 ringgit or 5,000 ringgit, then it is a clear cut that this is within my authority. And then if it goes beyond, then straight away I don't have to think about it, just push anything towards the higher ups. So it clears the memory and also it clears the air or the thoughts that you have to think everything. So the people just have to think within their authority level, right? So this is with regards to the decision making. Make sure that every organization and every project have a clear decision making authority, right? And then next, relationship, right? With regards to relationship, we have to understand that this relationship is actually built on trust. Okay, so relationship have to be built on trust. Then only it gets stronger and stronger over a period of time. So we have to spend time to build this relationship. And again, relationship requires communication. And therefore, for every organization and every individuals within the company, within the organization, we have to promote the communication and also consultation session. So at any point of time, try to make a point to connect and also to consult with individuals within organization. So through that activities, through that bonding over a long period of time, then every company be able to promote that culture and build the relationship on top of that. And finally, motivation, right? With regards to motivation, motivation does not, okay, through research, okay, motivation does not comes from external factor. External factor is a factor pulling the people in, but motivation relates more towards internal satisfaction that drive the individuals to strive for external factors. All right. So motivation can come from the goals that the organization sets, the vision, they admire, support, teamwork, mentorship, performance evaluation, and also reward on success. So my teachers share with me that the motivation is very important to organization where it starts from within. So we have to make sure that external reward does not really motivate us well, because whenever that we provide external motivation, if for example there's a scientist doing this candle experiment, okay? If we put a reward first and then ask people to do something, they will think differently than the people that have internal drive. People with internal drive, they will think differently, right? So with this, we are going to explore further later, but through these 4 simple activities or 4 simple techniques, which is really doable within our scope of organization, definitely you will make a change and you will find that it is easy to work with the people within the organization. So if you find that this is doable, please type in the text chat with, so that I know that this is within your capacity that you can work with, so that you'll be able to drive people in. All right, so thank you very much, Miss Benny. Yes, I also tell my teacher, my guru, that this PDRM is a doable action item. So rather than spending so many, dollar and cent, giving people unplanned reward, so we'll be able to reserve that cash actually to produce more of this PDRM. So first, with regards to the process, get everything in the organization or in this project, in your project, proper process. Secondly, get specific people to do specific decision-making authority. Third, relationship. So easy with regard to relationship, good conversation and consultation internally, and do this over a period of time. And again, communication means two-way. I talk to you, you give response back. Not only boss talk to employee, then it doesn't become the communication, then it become lectures, right? So make sure communication both way, from employee to employer. Or you can practice heart-to-heart session, and then you can do breakfast with manager. So that's among other things. And finally, with regards to motivation, sets all these goals, vision, internal support, teamworks, promote teamworks, reward on teamworks rather than individual contribution. Highlight performance, highlight group performance, and also reward everybody based on success of organization, right? So thank you very much for your reply just now. Thank you, Mr. Anas. Thank you, Mr. Vikeshwaran. Thank you, Fidos. So next, what we are going to do is that we are going to explore any question with regards to this talent retention.
Not from
so
me.
simple, no question.
It's pretty straightforward, so no question.
Very straightforward, eh? Is it easy to remember?
Yes, it is.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So if there's no question, Then we move on to the next session, which is the business tools for organization. Okay, can you share with me what was application that I shared with you guys last time? The first application the first collaborative application that I shared with you last time. Can anybody type in the text chat what was the application that we use and explore for your business and your productivity work? Can anybody help me with that? Wah, done already. Miro, Nurhayati, Miro, Padlet. Miro, Padlet. Okay, first was Padlet. Yes, you're right. And then Miro, correct as well. Canva. What was the other tools that you did utilize as well? What was the other one? There was another one too. Spin Rewriter. Spin Rewriter, yes, that's marketing tools. That's the marketing tools. The internal collaboration tools, internal work productivity tools. What was that? No problem, Ms. Tipa. Thank you very much for your answer just now. Spin Rewriter is for our digital marketing tools. Good. So the other one was the online Excel spreadsheet. All right. So this is ethercap.net, and I just want to share with you again. This is very, very useful tools for you who wants to collaborate together with your colleague, which require Excel spreadsheet online. The features is actually equivalent to what you have now with the Microsoft Office 365. So Office 365 also enable you to do this online collaboration using Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, and a lot more. So they enable you to do the simultaneous editing on documents. However, the owner of the document shall subscribe to the plan, right? So this one is free. Okay, you can use anywhere or anyhow you want to, right? So moving on to the next business tools that I want to share with you is one more interesting business tools which you can use with your team, right? So this is from our app. Okay, can you guys help me out and click into that our app.com so that I'll be able to see you there, see you on this screen, this very screen. Okay, this is my screen. So I'm waiting for you to be here, and oh, thanks guys, you are in already. All right, awesome. Wow. Great. Yes. You guys don't erase yet. No. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. So this is one more productivity tools which is very, very useful when you want to create business pitching presentation slide. So you already have these tools. So what you can do is that you can click here. Where is it? All right, never mind. Maybe it's yeah, it's there back. Okay. So what it does is actually same like Miro. So you'll be able to click here and type your details there. Okay. And then you'll be able to create your value proposition canvas within minutes. So you don't have to, you see, create your value proposition canvas on PowerPoint, edit here and there. You just have to click, straight away type your text in the post note, and then you can post it there. Okay. So this is a very, very useful productivity tools that you can use to make sure that you create a very compelling business presentation, right? So are we happy with that? Can you type on the text chat? Yes. Or you want me to show you other features of this our app? This is free again. I'm just showing to you free application that you can use to create a very compelling presentation slide. Right? Okay, guys. So apart from this value proposition, what else that you can do? You can click here. Okay, you can create from template. Okay, you can create from template. For example, you click here, you will have a very wide range of business template that you can use. Okay, for example, if you want to brainstorm, you can have this KWL charts, six thinking hat, brain writings here. So when you click, it will appear on your board and you can start to use it with your teammates, with your partners, to make sure that everybody can contribute to this. And again, next you have the Boston Consulting Group Matrix, Porter 5 Forces, Sales Pipeline, Venn diagram. They have PES analysis and SWOT analysis. Okay. So why is this important? Again, if you do this, if you use this software, you create your inputs together with your partners, and then you can straight away export as picture so that you can post on PowerPoint, or you can export into PDF so that you'll be able to print it later, right? Especially during the presentation of putting the sales pipeline, how many customers that you plan to acquire, right? And then we have another business model visualization. This is going to be done on this Saturday session, where I will request you to share your board with me, with everybody, so that we can have a look on your dedicated board. So whenever that you have your business model canvas ready, then it's easier for you to draft your teaching presentation slide. And then you can draw as well design thinking. You can do 5 why analysis, or question ladder, empathy map, and feedback capture. This is also interesting. Customer journey mapping, which will be covered afterwards, after this discussion. User story map. You can draft also workflow planning. And lastly, you can also draw coordinate with students. Okay. Dapatkan template tadi. Okay, bagus. Good question. Mr. Hanafi, like this. So I keluar dulu. And then first what you have to do, you go to our app and then you click here. The arrow here. Can you see the arrow here? Okay, I put annotation. Okay. First, click here. Okay. Once you click here and then you create from template. You click create from template. Okay. Mr. Hanafi, is it clear for you? Are you okay with this? Can you type on the text chat whether you need more explanation? Okay, good. Okay, when you click here, you will have a series of template you can use for yourself or within your organization. Okay, you can have a default template, for example, like this question ladder. So this is encompassing all of the details underneath. You can select the brainstorm, business visualization, and so on and so forth. Okay, so how to invite other people to join? So I believe this is clear. And next, I will show to you how you'll be able to join and get people to join in. Right? Okay, with regards to inviting people, so you click here, invite, and then you can share link here. So you just have to copy and give it to your teammates, right? So that's how simple it is. So the difference between our app and Miro is that Miro is much more fun. So with regards to our app is actually built to cater your business presentation needs and business discussion needs. So this is more towards your specific requirement for business document, right? So is everything good?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's good. This is more like Miro, right?
Okay, come again?
No, I mean, this is similar like Miro, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
Good question. This is similar like Miro. Yes, it is similar like Miro. But if you notice, the control of the text and also the maneuver of mouse is much more difficult than Miro. Miro is easy.
Yeah, that's why I was having a hard time dragging the screen over here and there, and it became a pan. I started chontang all over the place. Yeah,
correct. You are right. It's just this application is very useful in terms of the template. They already putting in the template there, so that you can straight away import the template. You want to build a business model canvas, you copy and paste, and then you just have to fill in the details. But for Miro, you have to copy the picture from other places, you place it there, but the process of getting the text in is very easy. Because this one, for the post note, I find it very difficult a bit, but yeah, the post note is very big. You have to resize it later. This. So for Miro, it is much more user friendly, but I have to make sure that you are aware that this software is also available.
But Miro doesn't provide templates, right, Sam?
Yes, Miss, you are right. The question was, does Miro provide templates? Okay, Miro provides other template, but not this specific template.
Okay.
So if you explore Miro, you're definitely going to see that there are a lot of templates are provided for you. It's just that it is not tailored towards the business presentation discussion. So it is more towards the product explanation. You want to explore ideas. Sometimes people use Miro for treasure hunt. So rather than, you see, doing this company briefing using presentation, you can use Miro for company presentation, but in a form of treasure hunt. So people do that as well.
Understood. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you very much. All right. Good, good. So now move on to the next session. So guys, this is going to be important and critical for our deliverables, and also your opportunity to share your ideas with everybody. So for me, it's this pitching session next week. It's much more towards aligning your ideas so that it is presentable to other people, right? So for this pitching session, before we go into the details of this presentation slide details, I want to share with you first what will be the possible outcome of this presentation and pitching session. So this is one example that I prepared for Bank Islam during April, right? So I'm going to stop sharing this. Okay. So I'm going to get my presentation sample. So this is roughly how it will look like for your presentation on Wednesday. Okay. So are you ready to see this sample of pitching presentation slide?
Sam, this is the one you shared with us a while ago, right?
No. The one that, the question was, is this the one that I shared with you? No, this is sample. Okay, so the one that I shared to you is the outline.
All right. And before we go into the sample, sorry to interrupt. By any chance, you have that guideline that you sent to us in English? Because the one that you shared with us is in Bahasa, right?
Ah, yes, of course. I have to translate
a copy of that in English, please.
Okay. I keep that in our repository and I get it to be translated. Okay, no problem.
Thank you so much, Sam.
So I'm going to start to share with you my. This is not the best pitching presentation slide, but we have all the details which is required for the investor to make up their mind and to ask you for more questions, right? So example. Give me a second. I'm getting my slide ready for you, for your view. So guys, take 5 please, or 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Let me prepare this first before I start presenting it to you. Should present this screen. Okay. Okay, this one, this one, this one. All right. Can you share with me what you can see on the screen right now? Is it a full screen PowerPoint slide? So guys, if you can see my full screen PowerPoint slide, can you on the text check why is it a full screen presentation slide, or what does it display?
No, Sam, it's not a full screen.
So can you share with me what you can read?
We can see the owner's briefing also at the site.
Oh, there's a next slide, right?
Yeah, next slide, as well as the your speech or rather presentation notes.
All right. I'm looking for ways to remove this. Okay, never mind lah. It's good as well for learning purposes. You'll be able to see the presentation slide and also the text towards the presentation slide. So I go through this as one by one, so that you'll be able to see what will be the investor preferences. So this is one of the sample. You can we can share with you another sample as well. So that will be delivered after this tonight session. Okay. So this is just 5-minute pitching. So welcome everybody. Here Sam from Puffer Group. We do digital innovation and enterprise transformation. This is an e-commerce platform enabling you to outsource services for modern businesses. This is just an introduction. So first, we present the problem. We believe business owner can simply relate to this picture. Instead of creating growth, the owner have to carry the weight of the business to ensure operation under direct their attention. Based on survey conducted, these are top 3 main reasons why this is happening. So the primary issue is the increasing operating costs, the lack of competent internal key worker, last but not least, lack of trusted and safe working support group, right? So this is actually the second slide explain about the problem, which it is always at best. Make sure that your problem is vetted through using survey. If you can do survey, then that's the best. And after that problem, you present the solution. Our solution is simple. Would it be good if SME are able to get expert business services with only fraction of costs, so they can reduce costs by 50% up to 50% reduction, monetize their skills, and gain revenue from outsourcing their own services. So we are converting internal manpower as resources, thus enabling the business process outsource activities. We provide B2B platform enable business owner to reduce their costs via outsourcing services, gain revenue via shared services, and monetize internal skills and competency by selling their training modules to other SME. And then you present the market size. This is also critical. So first is the total market, and then the how much is the serviceable access market. Okay. The first one is ETA, estimated total access market. Right. And then serviceable access market of 17 million. Right. So this is the numbers that we have to derive from your market size. Okay. So total asset market and serviceable asset market. Next concept, how you're going to present how are you going to solve the problem, what's the concept which is implemented in the proposal. So for example, if you do the program that we did with Miro last time, remember the process 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the sample of process that you can elaborate here. And then next.
Excuse me, sorry. Can I have a snapshot of the last, the before slide, one slide before this? Just want to snapshot that only.
Mr. Ko, no problem. I'm going to give all of you this sample and other sample as well.
Okay, okay, can, no problem. Thank you.
Right? And then next, you're going to present how are you going to achieve that target revenue, right? And next, present the adoption strategy, because whenever that you want to present or whenever that we want to impose new services or new things in the market, so how are you going to get this adoption from the crowd? So for example, we want to create a learning and development tribe, and then manage internal remote team via enterprise resource planning and find a collaborative partner. And then present the competitor, how your axis of business. So for example, I chose trusted networking social media and collaborative social media. And then we branch our business there. And next, you're putting in your anchor team. So 4 is the optimum number. You can pick 1, 2, 3, no problem at all. And then the current progress, how does it sells currently? And then what's your target is going to be. So this is important and critical as well, because they want to see where are you right now and where are you going. So these are some of our client, for example. And then your offering, right? In order to accelerate the grand master plan, we are looking to enjoy investment of certain thousand, for example. So where does it goes? So this is why you need our app and also other applications as well. So easier for you to create the graphics. And then the closing remarks. So this is our closing contact numbers and also closing remarks. Okay. So definitely, as what Mr. Ko mentioned just now, I'm going to share with you this and also other presentation slide. Okay, but before we submit that, we have to make sure that we go through this outline first. Okay, so this is very, very important. The outline for your presentation. So my presentation also taking this same outline, right? First is the user persona. Okay, your user, potential user. Okay, what you have to do is that you have to make sure that you have your ideal persona of user, right? So make sure that you have the as best as you, for example, you can put there the business, the name and also the position of your business, of your potential client, and then what will be the behavior. Right. Next, you're putting in your demographic, the potential user demographic, and then the needs and also the aim. Yeah, Celestina, yes, you are right. I did send this to your WhatsApp group. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you very much. Slide Bean for more pitch deck example. Yes, you are right. We can check it out together, right? Awesome. So next, this is another example. So you can pick any one or two ideal user for your product, right? So this is the preparation for your potential user profile. So generate this potential user profile first. Okay. And then this is what we encourage everybody to do. So you already determine your user profile, and you create a simple questionnaire using uh, Google form. So do you know how to use Google form to do survey? You want me to share with you how to use a Google form? Okay, so at best, if you can get more than 300, if you can get more than 300 participants to your questionnaire, that will be the best. Okay, so I'm going to stop share for a while and giving place for Google for us to explore the Google form function. Google form. So you are now on Google Form website. So this is, for example, you go for personal. You can click here, go to Google Form. Right. And then you can create your blank form or event feedback. There's a lot of, you see, event feedback, order form, customer feedback, work requests, assessment, worksheet, cost evaluation. Okay. For example, you can use this template event feedback. It's easy, right? So I'm going to show to you first this internal. Okay, this is our example. So this is a questionnaire. Participants work. So all our responses is here. The recorded responses. So this is just 25, but along the way, when you prepare your pitching and also this business pitching presentation, as much as you can try to get more than hundreds or 300 responses for your questionnaire. So you can post your questionnaire onto Facebook group and ask help from people to verify your ideas just now. You the initial profile, client profile, and then make sure that we do the verification using this Google form, right? So if you want to add question, for example, I go to the last section. I want to add more question. You see here, you just have to click here to add more question. Okay, so I close this one for us. Go back to Google form. I select one event feedback. Okay, for example, one event feedback. So this is a new form, totally new. So just have to click here and then over here. All right, you can have this. Okay. You can click here to add question. Question number 1. So you have option to do multiple choice question, checkbox, drop down, linear scales, so 1 to 5, and then you also have multiple choice grid, row and column, and you can do checkbox grid as well. Okay, and then once you finish, okay, once you finish with all the question, you can edit from here, right? And then you can click 10. So over here, you can copy the link, shorten URL, for example. You can copy this link and give it to your potential client and see what will be the response later. Okay. So guys, process number 2, are we good with that? So process number 2, we have to make sure that from our potential client, try to get as much as possible responses from them towards your ideas just now. Okay. So are we good with that?
Sam, question, Sam?
Okay, good. What's the question, Miss?
Yeah, for surveys like this, based on your experience, what's the perfect number of questions that people do respond? Because we don't want to overdo with the questions, so it could be a put off, right? So what's the number of question and what kind of question and answer? Is multiple is easy or getting them to write is easy? I mean, that just for a guide.
Okay, good question, Miss. Thank you very much for asking. So, what will be the optimum questionnaire and also survey for your service verification? Okay, so that was the question. So, to answer this, through our experience, it is at best to have 10 to 15 questions. Okay, 10 to 15 multiple choice questions. So you can set either multiple choice question or question that doesn't have to get people to write essay or feedback for you.
Okay.
Just A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, or give range or get them to slide.
Yes, is fine, right?
Yes.
Okay. So not exceeding 10 to 15 questions.
Yes, that's the optimum numbers of questions.
All right.
And try to avoid text input. Maybe you can put one at the end of the questionnaire.
Okay.
You're going to get so many stray inputs. So it's not what you plan.
Correct.
Okay.
Understood. Thanks.
You're welcome. So Mr. Brian says that due to time constraint, where to get free report or data on industry related topic. Vendor is chargeable any free site. Mr. Brian, I would really like to explore into this, but for time being, I don't have the answer for this because yeah, people charge so high for these services actually. I think the industry reports or market survey report. But again, if whatever that you want to do is actually relatively new in your area or within your industry, then it is always advisable for you to get your questionnaire to be done by yourself. Okay? So you got to answer, you got to question people the right question. Right. Okay. So thank you very much for the question. We move on to the next session, next line item. Okay. So first, you already putting in your customer profile, and then next, go for survey. You make sure that you send a survey or you purchase a market survey before you're putting in your ideas into your presentation slide. And then over here is an example of a template. So this is actually the value proposition canvas. Okay, so on the left side is actually the product. You can see here the product and services and the pain reliever, sorry. The pain reliever is here. This is a difficulty. This is the work. So this is going to be your region of profit. And from here, the pain creator for the user, right? So over here, what is your services? This is what the work to be done by the client. So what the difficulty that the client, that you lifted from your client, and what the difficulty that client currently feel, and this is how your product relieve the client from that difficulties, right? So I saw one question just now. Correct sample size, so it won't be any bias. Okay, there's no right and wrong answer to this. Brian was asking sample size and then also group survey, so it won't be any bias. So it can go to as low as 50 or and it can go as high as thousands if you want to. But again, this is actually a preliminary idea. So what's important is that you want to gauge your idea against other people perception and also other people's ideas on understanding on your ideas. So the most important thing is that you move from from the ideation process to the realization process. So this is what's important. So whatever that the masses or your survey outcome is, the most important thing is that you start somewhere. Okay, so there's no right and wrong for this. You can start your business as lean as possible and as fast as possible, and then pivot whenever you feel that it is better for you to pivot, right? Good. So moving on, just now we were discussing about the questionnaire. So questionnaire is a point where you get input from others. So initially we were thinking that our idea is the best. So second stage is verify it with others. And third, realign your product and services with your end user just now. Maybe what we want to do is actually what other people hate to do. So maybe people do not want to do something because they do not need to do that. They can live with whatever that they already have now. That may be the case as well. Okay, from here you can map actually what is your product and how your product elevates the difficulty from your potential user, right? And then you have also to plan also the strategy for expansion. Okay, so what are top 3 metrics that you're going to measure? What's the growth model? Okay, for example, there are business that runs with volume. So what are the top 3 volume that you look into, and there are also business that runs not on volume but on referral. So that referral will be the business model. And there are also business model that actually grow with product. So the more product you created, then the more business that you generate, right? So you have to pick what is actually your business model. Are you selling? Are your business runs on purchases or subscription, or your business runs from the creation of new product? Okay, so outline that, and then identify the opportunity and threat. Okay, so next, okay, you already outlined what will be the opportunity, threats, and also the other details with regards to the business model. Then you go for the next session, which is the customer journey. Customer journey, okay, for example, how does the customer came across your business and your product? Okay, so this is where you're putting in the process. The first process may be the introduction or the preliminary sample of your product, and then next is through the second process, maybe engagement on program, seminar, for example. And then third, the purchasing process. What will be the client or your potential client emotion? What will be on their thinking side? And lastly, the retention of the client. How the post service to the client. So you have to identify this and summarize this and put into your business plan, right? So next, the strategy, the individual strategy, the people. So this is internal. So you can have within your team, you can have a hacker, the analysis, structure, you can trust and focus. And you can have one member which is hipster. So he or she is creative, have a taste, empathy, and minimalist. And also you can have one hustler, go-getter, very disciplined, extrovert, have a structured thinking process, and able to expand the networks. Okay. So identify where your team is lacking internally. Next, marketing plan. So as you saw just now, you also have to prepare a marketing plan, which include the lead generation, how to activate, how to maintain, how to get the revenue, and what will be the references, referral percentage. So from here, try to get a very not comprehensive, but at least a marketing plan which you have in your mind. It is simple to be executed. All right. So put objective, the primary objective, the importance, the KPI, the strategy, the approach, and also the critical action item. All right. So here, okay. I know everybody is boring right now, but can you help me out using your your tools? Okay, your outline tools, your annotation tools, to circle me number 1 until number as many as you can get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, number 1 done already. Thank you very much. Number 2, is it number 2? Good. Number 2 is there. All right. Next. Number 3. We are now looking for number 4. Yes. Next. Number 5. Where is it? Number 5. Awesome. You find number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Guys. Number 8. Number 9. You find it already. Number 10. Where is it? Number 10. Number 11. You can use Mr. Ko, you can use annotation tools. Okay. Number 12. For those who are unable to annotate, for those who are unable to annotate, please observe where is number 14. Wow, you guys are amazing. 15. Awesome. 16. Ah. 17. 18. To my surprise. 18. Yeah, 20. 18, 19, 20. So you can resume, but I would like to congratulate everybody. You guys are so awesome. From this activity, what do you find? What do you think? How do you be able to solve this? I'm surprised how you'll be able to solve this so fast. Can you share with me how you do it? You can write on text chat as well, no problem. I can read from there. But again, congratulations, you did it so fast. Focus and analyze.
Must have crazy eyes.
Come again.
Must have crazy eyes.
Crazy eyes.
Macam chameleon, no?
It is in order, Miss Venny. How do you know it is in order?
No, it's not something random. Just numbers from 1 to 20 automatic. If you were to put this as a random numbers and just mention the numbers and ask us to mark, it's going to be very difficult though.
Awesome.
Actually, there's this type of question is a type of IQ test juga actually. IQ punya questionnaire, there's this type of questions where first we have to do it in order and then the next one we have to do it backwards and then random.
All right. So thank you, Miss Benny. Thank you, guys. I think you got it super right over there. And I believe this is simple and easy for you. But the thing is, the lesson from this activity is that your success here, okay, is based on your experience just now, and also the pattern that you recognize once you complete the first cycle, and then the second cycle, third cycle, right? So what's important here, that your success just now is based on your experience and also the pattern that you can recognize so that you can follow through. Okay, what we want to explore now is actually the same success pattern for Mr. PJ. So we are looking into patterns. How are we going to successfully do all this, right? So I'm going to